Hello everybody, it's me again. Here's our next screen flow. This is going to show you how to set up a Turnitin.com account. Now if you already have one, because of English or another class, use that account. You do not need to open up a new one. But if you have never opened a Turnitin.com account, you'll want to continue listening and watching. Now the first thing we're going to do is go to our web browser, and that will either be Firefox or Safari if you're working in the computer lab or the library. As mentioned before, I use Firefox, so we'll open that up. Now before I go to Turnitin.com, I need to get a class ID number and a password. So if I'm a student, what I will first need to do is go to ddhspages.net. Okay. Come up to the general page, look for Mr. Cross's page, there it is. And you'll get to my home page, go to agenda page. Now remember, at any time while you are watching these things, you can pause, go back, so if you miss something, it's all at your fingertips. You can control what goes on. What you need to do is to scroll down the agenda pages to the last class, and that was on October 26th. And on October 26th, there was a slide that gave class period, Turnitin class ID number, and password. So if you're period 5, this would be your ID number, which I'm going to write down real quick because I'm going to use it as an example. And then this is your password. Now the password is case sensitive, so the C needs to be capitalized. Alright, and then down here, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, you'll see username. We've given you an example to use. Basically they ask you for an email account, email address. If you don't have one, you can use this method. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. And then your password is going to be your student ID number and your initials. It requires letters and words. So now that I have that info, I'm going to create a new tab because I want to open up Turnitin.com. I'm going to click on the plus. Remember, there's different ways to do that if you're watching the last video. I'm going to go to Turnitin.com. Here we are on the home page. Excuse me, still have a cold. And if you're a new user, right there, new user, there's a whole bunch of information here on the screen. And what you want to look for, you'll see here where the cursor is going, is new student start here. It says your instructor gives you a class ID number and a class enrollment password. That was just what I talked about back on the agenda page. Alright, so we're going to create a user profile under the new students. So I click there, and you'll see you have two options. We go over to create a new account and click on student. So now you're going to start filling in some information. Right, class ID, if I am period 5, the class ID number is 2959113. Oops, I accidentally clicked on PowerPoint. Hold on, folks. I looked away for a moment. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, class ID, class enrollment password was cross P5, no spaces. Okay, but the C is capitalized. I'm going to go on here. I'll use Joe Smith, so your first name, last name. Now, if I do not want to use my own email address, or I don't have one, I can just make one up. You can still open an account up without a genuine email address. All right, it's just they use that just in case you ever need to get your password sent back to you. But if you follow our directions, you'll never forget it. So if I use our example on the slide back on the agenda page, and I am a sophomore, I'd be 12 Smith Joe at ddhspages.net. All right, and then my password security, that's your student ID number and my initials. Okay. Need to make sure that it matches. Yep, I got the green check. Yay. Secret question. All right, what's favorite book? I'll just make something up. All right, Old Yeller. And then down finally at the bottom, I need to agree to create profile. So if I've successfully done it, it tells me that I've been enrolled in cross semester 1, period 5. That's good. That's what I was looking for. And this is not the actual assignment here. This is just an example. So now we have to do one more step to actually get into Turnitin.com. We need to click on Login to Turnitin. Click on that button, and you'll get this system check. Just click on Continue to Dashboard. All right, it'll get rid of that. And you'll see, here's the class. Now, if you have another account already, and you for other classes, you'll see more than just my class here. But you want to see if you're period 5, cross semester 1, period 5, and then if you're 6 and 8, you want to see P6 or P8. All right, you get the right teacher. I'm going to click on the class, and there's my PACE 2 biography assignment. I have till the 1st of November. Now what I need to do is to submit that, and that is covered in the previous screen flow, talking about taking a Google Doc, downloading it as a Word doc to your computer, and then uploading it into Turnitin.com. And that's it for this portion of today's programming.